Impromptu Toastmasters. Okay, now if there are any questions, you can ask them to me
Yes,
now.
I want to ask question. So
Yes, Kishore.
as I saw that that the first which when you asked me a topic. So second, let me tell you, I did not understand the topic very correctly, but I
Yeah,
just picked those two words and I just kind of came out with something. Right
yes.
now, if this kind of topic I get it, how do I respond to it? Like there are many topics which are like proverbs. So do I
Hmm.
really need to read the proverbs first before going to the table topic contest, or should I mean, if I get something which is very difficult for me as in as a topic, so just go by what you just said. If you know, like you have given some tips, actually, should I go like that?
Yeah, I think both of it. So if it is up to you to decide whether it is a simple, medium, or difficult topic. So if you have thought of this as a difficult topic, your approach is 100% correct. But if you thought
Hmm.
of this as a simple or medium topic, then your approach is wrong. If you thought of it as a simple topic and you've said this, it's a very unique way of talking about, towel and all of that. But if it's a medium topic, then probably not the right thing to do. If it's a difficult topic, absolutely right way to approach. It's up to you, Kishore. Now, how do you can't know about all the proverbs and all the topics, right? Like I'll give an
Yeah,
example to you, to all of you. The pen is mightier than the mouse. The pen is mightier than the mouse. What does it mean?
it's like when you write, it means you're learning a lot. When you're actually just doing working on the computer, like your
Could be so
mind
many
is,
things, right? By
yeah.
mouse, it means, you're checking things on the web. So
Hmm.
the creator is more powerful than the consumer.
Hmm.
That is another way of talking about it, right? Now
Yeah.
you might get confused. Pen, mouse, are they talking about Lord Ganesha and his Vahan? Lord
Hmm.
Ganesha wrote the Mahabharata. So you can be
Hmm.
confused as well. So it depends on whether you've understood what they're trying to say. How do you prepare yourself? Of course, listen to people speaking, go through proverbs, at least understand, but do not assume the proverb is where there is a will, there is a way. The proverb can also be where there is a will, there are relatives, and the meaning completely changes. The next hands that I can see has been raised is that of Arun Kumar Sahu. Arun, what is your question?
Yeah, in the public speaking, actually, you know that you have very well addressed the what are the requirement to be readiness for this public speaking, because public speaking is not a cup of tea everybody's, even though at senior level, and it is required very well for any position, be a
True.
leader, be it a prime minister, or be it a, whatever the position, it is required. The one thing I observed, actually, I have come across also, sometimes the tongue, actually, dryness of tongue comes, actually. Thereafter, you can't speak. And another thing,
Yeah. Tongue tied.
yeah, tongue tied dryness you will feel.
Yeah.
So at that time, if you drink a water, also it is embarrassment. Second time also, second thing also, I what observed, I prepared many things and I know many things, but at that time I forget everything. So when I leave, but I said I important topics I could not tell there actually. These two things sometimes coming on the back and himself giving a certificate that my performance would be better if I incorporate these things.
I agree with you, but let me tell you, one of the greatest examples of impromptu speaking or public speaking nowadays is a stand up. Have you ever seen a stand up? Anyone doing a stand up? They always have a bottle of water. There is no shame in having a bottle of water if it's a long public speech, etc. They're drinking from that also, and they are while joking also while they're drinking. Learn from them. There is absolutely no problem. Even prime ministers, delegates, dignitaries, they have glasses of water in front of them. Sports people have glasses of water in front of them. Drinking water is fine. But as I told you, train your mind to think you're excited and not nervous. Deep breath. All of that will help you ensure that the tongue doesn't dry and it stays sharp as your wit, and you do better. If you follow some of the tips that have been shared here, Arun, I know you know, but glossophobia is a real fear. And one of the greatest ways of facing your fear is the best way to learn swimming. Just be in the water. The more you are, and you are in a controlled, safe environment like a Toastmasters meeting, where there will not be any judges, you will be better at public speaking. And I have definitely seen it work for me over the many, many years I've tried. I used to be terrified of public speaking, and I definitely am no longer terrified. I still get nervous before my speaking in assignments. And of course, the tongue dries up at times, but not for long. Mirza, what is your question? Mirza Beg.
Yeah, hi, and by the way, amazing session. Uh,
Thank
one
you.
thing that you mentioned about the hurdles for impromptu speaking, the first one was being self-conscious. So
Yeah.
this thing, I also, I mean, I relate to that. But the thing that I want to ask is it true that sometimes when, is that because the group of people that you're speaking to, you think that they are more qualified and in that particular topic, or in general speaking in general,
I
is
agree,
that
Mirza.
because if
It
this is
is.
my
It is. That
classmate, then
can be.
I'll be at ease more.
I'll just give you one psychological thing. The people like, let's take various public speaking examples. Okay. When you're doing a stand up comedy, for instance, the people have paid money to listen to you. They want you to be successful. They don't want you to fail. If you're speaking at a TED event, they are there because of your profile. They want you to be successful. The public never wants you to fail. It is who you are, of you who think you're going to fail. The public, the audience, they want you to succeed. It's their time. They've taken time out to be there. Is there any person who wants to go to a movie wanting it to be a flop? No. They get angry when it's a flop. So first of all, remove this doubt from your mind that they are going to be judgmental or they are going to do things. Even the judges want you to be successful because if they've taken out time from their busy schedules to be a judge. Smita says bulb on, I'm not sure. But that having been said, I agree that a lot of times we get too tensed about who is in the audience, how important they are. And I'm just going to give this one example. So I was once invited to be a speaker at an event by IIFT, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. Heard about the institute? So I was one of the speakers, and alongside me, there was a speaker who had studied from Oxford, and he's a member of parliament. I can't name who he is. He's a member of parliament. He has spoken in Oxford, and the topic was on export and import. So he spoke about something. It came to us on the spot, and he obviously knows very well. I'm an engineer. I do not know about anything to do with export and import. But you know what I did? I did something that caused the maximum number of people to clap over there. Any idea what I did when I was asked to speak about export and import status of India? I spoke about the brain drain. I said one of the greatest exports of India are the Indians running some of the top organizations in the world. And I took the examples of those people like Sundar Pichai and Nadella, etc., etc. And I said that not enough is coming back. And can we do something by which we also import? What about Atiti Deva Bhava and creating that environment where India is seen as a destination of investment, etc.? People loved it. Now, I did not have to talk about the export, import, fiscal deficits, etc. I talked about what I know. What is my subject? I'm an engineer. I'm from the IT industry. I'm a senior consultant at IBM. So I spoke about the brain drain. So please understand, you can only be sincere and speak about what you know. And you are there. They have called me because I am not a member of parliament. They have called me to be a speaker because of who I am. So I'm anyways the best person to speak. And that is how you connect with people, pop culture references and speaking about something that you know. Now, I cannot go and talk about a cow being holy if I'm speaking in Switzerland. They'll say you're mad because I'm just going to eat the cow right now. What holy are you talking about? So you have to understand in which country you have to speak what. Suraj and Bala have also raised their hands. So I'm going to ask Suraj, who has been waiting for a very long time, to ask his question. But I hope that answers your question.
Yes, I'm sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Suraj, what is the question you have?
So first, correct me if I'm wrong. So, does loudness or the control over the tone shows confidence in a speech?
Yes and no. It
Okay.
depends on the kind of speech and what you're talking about. Sometimes confidence can also be a low voice.
At this,
And that is
because
when
what
just
I'm facing, like,
demonstrating. Yeah,
okay,
I'll just demonstrate. And that is when I realized this is not working. This is not working for me. I can't be in this situation. This is disturbing, this is disappointing, and this is not going to take me places. What could I do to make it better? One way of delivery. Look at the other way of delivering. And that is when I realized, ladies and gentlemen, that this is not working. I was disturbed, I was disappointed, I was all over the place. And I was like, what am I going to do? Which has a better impact? When you're supposed to be talking about a situation where you're going low, how can you show confidence? You can't. So confidence is not necessarily screaming. It can also seem like overconfidence. You have to maintain a fine balance and know when to pitch what kind of tone. That is a very important question, Suraj, and it comes with experience, and you have to know what is good for you. Suraj, I know you speak in a very audible voice, which is very good. But when you're talking about situations that are low that you've been through, when you're talking about conflict that you've faced, let the tone be low. When you're talking about the high points, then the pace can be fast. When you're talking about things that anger you, the pace will change. So understand where, what kind of emotion has to be. The more emotional you are, the more confident you will seem. Okay. And the best example is there is this TED talk wherein one of the most famous TED talks in the world, um, wherein this is about body language, and I'll share this with you later in your group if you have one. I don't remember the name right now. In which, while speaking, the woman chokes and she almost cries, and people love it. It's one of the most famous talks, and I love that too. I just can't remember the name of the woman right now, but yes, sometimes emotions make you connect more and makes you feel the person is more confident. So yes and no, depends, Suraj. I hope that answers your question to an extent.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bala, you have a question as well. And then
Yes.
Mirza.
Yes. Thank you, DTM Ayan. Just my question is more related to my impromptu speaking and
Hmm.
the problem I face. When I see the red card, I sometimes kind of scramble around and try to rush it to close it. So, what will be your advice? And I know that there is okay that 30 seconds, but somehow that anxiety comes into my mind. What will be your advice? How to overcome this?
Bala, what you have to do is let the green card make you realize that you're done. Let the yellow card make you realize you have to close. And let the red card force you to close. You should not try closing when you see the red card. Your closing, somebody should try happening when you see the yellow card. This is a mistake a lot of people make. They try to stop when they see the red. You have to stop earlier. 1 minute means half. Half your speech means most of it is done. Just do not belabor the point. Say one or just maybe one last example, then emphasize your main point and close. That will take a minute. So it actually starts from the green card. So green card means you're there halfway and then slowly you have to come back. So Bala, never, ever, ever try to stop when you're at the red card. If you have reached the red card, means you have to stop whatever sentence you're saying and thank you or whatever. Try to do it at yellow. By yellow, you must start finishing. You have only 30 seconds to make that last impression. So I hope that answers your question, Bala. Never at red.
Sure.
Start thinking about at green and stop at try stopping or coming up with your summary towards yellow. Yes, Mirza, what is your question?
Uh, yeah, hi again. One thing I want to ask, is
Hello.
it really that bad to use the filler words that we talk about? Because generally, I mean, I watch some tech, some release, tech leaders speaking about the products in front of investors, in front of users and stuff. And they almost tend to use all these words they talk about. They take pauses, they take some long pauses sometimes. And still people are, I mean, even I myself am deeply engaged as an audience. Still, I'm engaged. It
Yeah,
doesn't throw me off
I think
at all.
Mirza, that's a very good question. Now let me give some examples. Okay, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, our prime minister, he used to take a lot of pauses, but he's our prime minister, so you're listening to him. That is an investor, so you're listening to him. Are you an investor? Are you the prime minister? Why will they listen to you? Now, when you speak, like if a Steve Jobs comes and gives a presentation, because of him, you will anyway hang on to his every word. And some people have the power and the ability because of their positions and because of the topics that they are experts of, that you will anyway listen to them. You will anyway listen to your doctor. You will anyway listen to your parents. Your parents don't have to come up with body language and voice modulation, though they do both. This is body language and this is voice modulation. They do both. And then you're forced to listen to them. But when you're trying to convince someone that you are the best person that day and you have got just 2 minutes in the form of a table topics contest, you tell me, are crutch words going to show your confidence or the lack of it? Or let's look at a group discussion in which you're trying to make a point and you're saying and someone just cuts in, as I was saying. So you have contests like jam and ham, which are very good examples of why crutch words would never do. The moment you say a crutch word, someone else will come, cut and sweep off. However, as an author, yes, you must use crutch words. You must use crutch words to show your vulnerability. You must use crutch words when you're having a performance. You must use crutch words when you're answering a question. If someone asks you, uh, do you think there are any challenges? Don't say absolutely not a single one. Pause a bit. Now, in terms of challenges, I feel that's a great question. But I feel that in this model, blah, blah, there are low. So then people will know you're thinking. You're not supposed to be thinking when you're speaking on the topic. You're supposed to be thinking when you're answering. So yes, crutch words are okay to use in public speaking. In impromptu speaking, no. In impromptu responding, definitely yes. So understand when the crutch word is being used. Is it being used to showcase that the person is thinking about coming up with an answer, or to show that the person is less of an expert on that subject? Think about it. And I think you will have your answer. I hope you do it to an extent. And I now see the hand is no longer raised, so I'm assuming it is answered. And now for Smita. Smita, what is your question?
Thank you so much, Ayanda, for this wonderful workshop to begin with. I always fail at using pop culture in my impromptu speaking because those don't come to my mind at that time. So, what can I do beforehand to think of certain things or to have certain stories with me? I often connect it to my own life.
That works. So either stories of your own life or pop culture references, either of the two. Now, I'm asking you to use pop culture references only for middle topics. Means you're not sure how it will go, and it has to be relatable as well. Most of the judges connect with a speech mode if there is if there is a personal story, but personal stories can also be fake. The authenticity of that story is not. You cannot just say, you know what, I used to eat chicken and mutton and then I gave up, and then you're burping. And we have seen you eat like 5 pieces of chicken in the morning breakfast. So of course we know you're lying, right? It's possible. So don't go there. If you have a very unique pop culture story, like for example, my father was in the Indian Army and he taught me, matters, right? You can't say my grandfather once told me roses by any other name would smell as sweet. Unless you're William Shakespeare, how did your grandfather tell you? And of course, there is the concept of originality. You have to come up with original thoughts and ideas. So the best way to think about pop culture references is the way we prepare anything. So whenever you're giving topics and you're giving thoughts, think about, okay, what are the references I can use so that people relate with it more? And you will just be able to use it if you try using it, but it has to come naturally. Like, for example, if I'm talking about junk food, what will you talk about? Have you had junk food? Maggie?
Yeah,
You have
mine
Maggie?
love
Yeah.
Maggie.
You have had Maggie, no? Your children would have asked you, Mama, can we have a pizza, burger, whatever,
Mm,
McDonald's, correct? Those
mm,
are also your personal stories, right?
mm,
Instead of saying my son wanted to have a burger, just say my son wanted to have a McDonald's burger.
mm,
Clicks. My wanted to have a a KFC chicken.
mm.
Clicks. Correct. They say there are so many cricketers. Don't say cricketer this that. Don't talk about the profession. Talk about the people. People connect more with people. Always it's a people connect. Of course, organizations also. So
Yeah.
yes, it have you have to prepare these things in advance. You have to be more knowledgeable, maybe, of pop culture references, and that is how it is.
So this is a connecting question. In
Yes.
one of the contests, there was um, a question or a topic where I was asked to speak about very specifically about my favorite cricketer.
Hmm.
Now, I'm somebody who does not understand cricket, or I'm not very fond of cricket, or it was some other sport. I'm not recalling it right now, but at that time I was lost because I had no idea, and it was so specifically asked about a particular sport. Then how do you handle it?
I think it's a great option. So first of all, now understand it is which topic. Let's take this example, okay? Give some unusual topic you know nothing about. Your favorite squash player, right?
Hmm.
Favorite squash
Yeah.
player. So for you, is it a difficult topic, an easy topic, or a simple topic? Not a simple topic?
No, because I don't
It
play squash,
is
but
it a medium topic? You don't know any squash player, so it's a difficult topic.
it
Correct?
can be a medium topic. I can relate to my father playing squash, and I seeing him play squash.
Then
But
it's given. Then you can say my favorite squash player is my father. In fact, while my mother was more interested in using squash to make juices for us, my father was more interested in hitting the court and playing squash to save his life. But honestly speaking, it's not just about squash. It's about who is your favorite. And a lot of times our favorites happen to be those that win. However, I believe our favorites should be those who allow that other person to win, those who lose, and they are graceful about their loss. My father is not my favorite squash player because I saw him winning. My father is my favorite squash player because he did not break the racket after losing. He taught me that loss is temporary and sportsmanship is permanent. Is that a better way of talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
See,
Mm,
so you can relate it to your personal examples, and I don't know now whether uncle has played squash or not, but you
mm,
can give this example.
yes.
Who is going to tell you if you say my favorite cricketer is my father, is someone going to say, oh, how do you show your father playing? You can say anything. If you don't know, then you have to come up with something that you know, like the cow. Of course, I don't think that much of the cow, but I have to give that example and save myself. So,
Mm,
Smita, do you understand? Even if you don't know, like sometimes happens to me, that used to happen to me a few times. Like if some, like once they asked me what is the most embarrassing moment, and I can't talk about it. No, it's embarrassing.
mm,
And then I froze because my most embarrassing moment came to me, which I can't talk about. So you
yes.
say, so you change it and you say, a lot of us has embarrassing moments. I have mine too. But my most embarrassing moment is not the fact that I'm embarrassed about it, but the fact but I lived through it. And I think that makes that moment worth living. While I'm still not comfortable talking about it, let me tell you a little story. Go. That's
Yeah.
it. No
So,
reveal.
so,
Who's
uh,
stopping you? This, of course, is if you can't speak on the topic, right? It becomes a difficult topic, then you will do that.
lovely. Another difficult topic that I came across in one of the contests
By
was,
the way, just 1 second. I hope all of you are okay with me speaking. I did tell you that, I will be there as long as I am required. So another topic, Smita, that came to you
is who is, um, tell the one celebrity you have been mistaken for. Who is
okay.
that
So you
one
do not know
celebrity?
anyone you have been mistaken for, right? No, I have those examples. I will say. And you can say this, okay? One way of thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, while I have never been mistaken for a celebrity, I would love it if some of you are mistaken for me because I would like to be a celebrity someday. Oh my God, imagine how it'll be feeling. People running after me, trying to take my pictures, others posing like me, lookalikes. Wow, wouldn't that be exciting? But let's face it, who is going to be mistaking me for me except my husband? God, even that for him is a mistake. So turn it around, turn it around to something that you can speak on. Are you
Mm,
getting the drift, Smita?
yes,
See,
yes.
if you don't know something, you have to save yourself by turning it to something that you can speak on.
Mm,
Okay?
mm,
Especially questions. Questions are very difficult. If you don't know the answer, you change it. Change it to what you know the answer of or what you're comfortable speaking of.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
It's just a tactic, okay? At that time, whatever comes to your mind, you'll have to do it. But if you are open to handling situations and questions like that this way, it'll be a great thing. You're welcome, Smita. Does anyone have any other questions? Mirza has a question. Yes, Mirza, what is your follow-up question?
Hi for the third time. Sorry. This is the
No
last question.
problem.
Actually, this
No,
is
no, no, no,
exactly
sorry.
what you just said to Smita. Uh, when you turn it around, right? I have seen in the session itself,
Yeah,
you are turning it around to your advantage. But then, is there a line to that? Is that acceptable by the person who gave you the topic? For example, when I said Virat Kohli eats junk, you just said, I mean, you said that Virat Kohli might be someone else as well. So that
yeah,
felt like an easy way out. I mean,
yeah. It's an
I
easy way
can't do
out,
it, but
right?
still.
Yes.
So, but
Mirza,
is that like is there a level which is acceptable, and then you can, for example, you spoke about people from India going abroad and getting into tech lead roles.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, so do you kind of gauge before starting
Yes.
to turn around and
Correct,
to
correct.
your
Audience
advantage?
response, right? And you can just say, oh God, I
Yeah.
was joking, whatever I even saying. Now, the point is, Mirza, there are two options. One is not being able to speak. That's the worst option. Anything is better than that, right? So you are turning it around because you don't know. Understand in which situation. If you know the topic, you will anyway speak on the topic. Correct. You are turning it around because you don't know the topic. That's why you're turning it around. You're turning it around to give you a different twist because it is a competition. That's why you're turning it around. So yes, it's a risk that if you really want to be the best and the most differential speaker, you have to take. But be sincere. Just for the sake of it, don't turn around things. Understand whether it's a simple, easy, or difficult topic. Sorry, simple, medium, or difficult topic. So if you feel it's a difficult topic, just speak on the topic. If it's a medium topic, come up with your own examples or pop culture references. If it's a very easy topic, everyone will speak about the same thing, then turn it around slightly to see how you can be speaking in a different manner. Okay. It's up to you. Otherwise, if I keep changing every topic, then I'm mad, right? I will not even go to that stage. But that is what it is, and I think celebrities are expected to speak that way. You will ask, if you ask some such technical question to Shah Rukh Khan, he will speak about his example from the film industry. He will not speak about something that he doesn't know about, right? He may speak about Red Chili's entertainment and the kind of special effects they do. Please understand you're there for a reason. And in a table topics contest, you will be given topics where you can express your views. So that is anywhere given. So that you don't have to worry about. But I think your tongues are sharper, but more importantly, your minds are sharper. And I hope you did take something, you did learn something that you will take back today and try to implement in your daily lives. And as contestants in the table topics trademark contest, that's all I have for the time being. There is one last question from Jatin and from Aurobindo as well, I believe. So I'm going to ask Aurobindo first. Aurobindo, what's your question? And then I'm going to go to Jatin.
Yes, sir. The topic is impromptu speak, always skipping to talk on impromptu speak, also in speaking also.
I
How to
can't
avoid
understand.
the how
What?
how to how to uh, connect with the impromptu speak, because I am always trying to speak, and sometimes I avoid to uh, speak in on impromptu speak. So my avoiding nature, how to eradicate the avoiding nature of speaking, public speaking, and the impromptu speak also.
Dr. Aurobindo, are you a Toastmaster or a guest?
Yeah, yes.
That's why you are asking this question. I was terrified of public speaking, and then I walked into a Toastmasters meeting about 13 years back. It was IBM Blue Voice Toastmasters. I was sitting there as a guest, and someone called me and they asked me to speak on a topic. I don't know what I said, but it changed my life. The one of the greatest secrets, which is listed by Forbes all over the world, is Toastmasters International. 300 of the 500 Fortune 500 companies have a Toastmasters club. Some of the top educational institutes, from IITs to IIMs to Stanford to Oxford to Cambridge, have Toastmasters club. Why? Why do I still renew at Toastmasters? It's because of this. It's because of the opportunity. It's because of the fact that you get feedback on a personal basis. It's because of the fact that you can see people being put in difficult situations and still being able to come out of it. One of the greatest ways of becoming better at public speaking is by joining a Toastmasters club near you. So do the right thing for yourself. Join a Toastmasters club or join a public speaking forum where you can practice public speaking, because the best way to be better at whatever you do is through practice. That is why Sachin Tendulkar still goes to the nets and practices. He did not stop after his first century. He did not stop after his 100th. Practice makes a man or a woman perfect. And the perfect place for practicing impromptu speaking, to me, as per me, is Toastmasters International. I don't know about you, but I hope you'll soon find that out for yourself.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Another question is pop culture reference. How to yeah, little elaborate of
I
pop
think
culture
the
reference.
okay, pop culture means popular culture, things which are popular in culture, things that people are talking about. Okay. Now, if there is a story of a shepherd, there was a shepherd who used to cry wolf. You've heard that story? So he used to say, wolf has come, wolf has come. And the actual wolf came, then no one believed him. Correct? Can you give an example of that in from a pop culture point of view? Someone who did that recently? Poonam
Yes,
Pandey. Poonam Pandey faked her own death, and everyone started posting condolence messages. And then she said, I was doing it to talk about cervical cancer. Okay. So you have to know what is going on around you. Have you heard about that, Poonam Pandey? But to be able to connect it with that wolf example is impromptu speaking skill. But to be aware of the fact that Poonam Pandey has faked her own death is reading the news. One of the best ways of staying abreast of things happening is by reading. The most powerful word in the world, as per me, is READ. Read. The more you read, whether you're reading from newspapers or you're reading from people's minds, or you're reading into your future, or you're reading into investment patterns, you're always reading. We are always reading. We are reading messages. We are reading tickers in news channels. We are reading the expressions of Arnab Goswami's face when he says, India wants to know. So you should want to know and you should want to read. And I think that's one of the best ways to be aware of what's happening around you. So that I feel is a great way of learning about pop culture references or just talking to people. That helps as well. Whichever is your chosen path, I hope you get what you want.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Very nice.
Kishore, for that wonderful take. I believe you have to now leave the meeting. Thank you so much, Kishore. Thank
Yeah.
you. And
Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. Thanks a lot,
thank you.
Ayan.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
It was a wonderful time. Yeah.
Thank you. Jatin, for your final question. I hope that's the final one.
Well, it depends on the audience, right? And if and on you.
No, I'm fine. I'm here. I'm here till you need me. So, yeah.
Yeah, I have actually two-part questions. First one would be simply something that we have been talking about, is how to turn the topic into what you are aware of. The cow technique is, and which is good, and to understand what you know of. But then, the example that you gave for the very first topic that we talked about was sweat and peace, but or the second topic, sweat and peace, but it's better to sweat in peace than to lead in war.
Mm.
If the first thought that comes to me in table topics, giving the limit time that I have, is about peace and war rather than the hard work that you can do, then preparation and action. If I go the peace and war way with proper anecdotes, with a culture reference or a personal story, would that still be good enough? Or would you
Yes.
say that, oh,
Yes. You
no,
will
no,
be in
this
the
guy
top
doesn't know
three.
what he's talking about?
No, because see, if it's a difficult topic, Jatin, like for example, this particular topic, almost no one could speak. I was the only one who could speak on the topic, and it happened. It happened in reality. But there's also a second place and a third place, and usually if you at least are second, you go on to the next round. So Jatin, the most important thing to do is to be able to speak. So that topic would then become a difficult topic for you. So if it's a difficult topic, you have to speak about war and peace and anecdotes, and it will work. But if there is someone who understands the topic perfectly and speaks, that it's a competition, a comparison. That person will win. But you don't know whether that there is anyone who will understand. So you try to be the best version of yourself. Whether someone is doing better than you is something that you can't say or predict. So then the cow technique comes into place, and you talk about war and peace, and it works.
But
So
could
it's
it
up
all
to you understanding whether it is difficult, medium, or simple.
Okay, but or let's say I understand the topic a bit, but I don't have enough material to support it. So let's say going an average, knowing the topic, talking about it, average on an average basis versus saying, oh, I can twist it in a different way, and I know a good story that would fit it perfectly. Which option would be better?
Depends on whether it's a difficult or an easy topic. Simple. So if you feel it's difficult topic, most important thing is to speak on the topic. If you try to twist a difficult topic, then anyway you're gone.
Mhm.
Okay. Don't risk a difficult topic trying to twist a difficult topic. If it's a very easy topic like, I don't know, smoking is injurious to health or something, then you can twist it. Okay. But if it's a very difficult topic like some of the topics I gave you, then you should not twist it. If the topic is junk food is healthy, twist it. If the topic is junk food is healthy, provided you're not wealthy, don't twist it. So gauge what is difficult, what is easy.
Hmm. Okay.
It is up to you based on your level because we all have different levels. If you are at a very high level, like I might be able to twist many topics, but I don't always do that. Sometimes speaking on the topic is good enough. And also that personal story, I have seen an example where there was this one speaker who eventually won the contest. For the first 45 seconds, she just narrated a story and then she related it with the topic. And it was so uniquely presented that she won. It's about how unique you are, how unique your presentation is. And if that story works wonders, then maybe you will be the best speaker that day. You have to look at which works and which doesn't and try it out to find out what is your style. At the end of the day, be sincere. Don't try to do just for the sake of doing. Be what you really are. And your true self will be the best version of you, in my humble opinion.
Thank you. And the second part of my question, which also is sort of a summary or conclusion if there are no other questions, is obviously we started saying you are, at least there was an awe moment for you when you logged into the session, saying that there are no issues and it's so smooth. At least I believe I'm speaking for the audience. We say we are all awed by the session itself and the not only by the session,
Thank you.
by the adeptness that you demonstrated while handling topics on impromptu basis by asking audience talks, and you didn't falter at even one of them. Now, how do you? I used to mention that you have joined Toastmasters for 13 years and been practicing here for 13 years. But is that the only way that you could I've noted down three things that you mentioned. So one is read, obviously know about the topic, listen
Yeah,
to it,
yeah.
know about it, and then be able to talk about it. But are these three things and 13 years of practice are the only reason why you are able to do so wonderfully well, and that like Smitaji mentioned, are the master craftsmen that every topic that has been handled in the meeting today?
I think the fourth one is the hunger to succeed. I never take my success for granted. I am not like, oh, I'm a district champion, so it's done and dusted. No. For me, I want to be the best version of myself every single time, every single workshop, every single speech of mine, every single interaction, because I thrive by showing my best version. So if you have that hunger in you, you will figure out all the other things as well. So of course you have to read, but are you processing that? I don't know. You have to listen to other people. Are you processing that? And a lot of it comes also from being on the other side. For example, I believe the best way to learn is to teach. When you're doing more workshops and you're interacting with more people, or when you're judging a lot, I obviously have judged across the world. So you're on the other side, you're seeing how people are doing, and that is also helping you. The best way to go up the ladder is to pull people up the ladder. And I think the best way to become better at speaking is to listen. Remember listening? So you listen to a lot of speeches as well. It's not just about what you are speaking, it's about what the world is saying and finding out whether you're aligned to it. And the hunger to succeed and the hunger to express rather than impress anyway ends up helping me impress, because my goal is to express. And when your goal is to express and you're still expressively pursuing that goal, I think you will be impressed with your trials and tribulations. That's all I have to say.
With that note, I think this brings us to a very into a very, very wonderful session. And I believe since we have not many people left, we'll quickly, first of all, a huge round of applause to you and thank you. We are very grateful to you for accepting the invite to come and talk at our meeting and provide us with so much information. Thank you, Smitaji, for contacting you on such short notice, even though she's busy with a lot of, she's very busy with board exams and typing her response in the chat. But uh, we'll take quick comments from few guests who have attended the meeting and are willing to share their thoughts. So first, let's go back to, okay, we have Toastmaster Bala. Bala, do you have anything to share quickly in 30 seconds?
He's
You're
on
on mute.
mute.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Jatin. So, Toastmaster Ayan, before this session, I have seen some of the YouTube videos of yours where you conduct the impromptu
Oh
speeches and all.
God. Okay.
And today I got to know that you are a DTM cube, so that is more impressive. But absolutely, like what I completely concur with what Toastmaster Jatin and Toastmaster Smita said. The way you handle it actually teaches us how to handle impromptu speaking, and you have also told us that there's a technique behind it. It's not just about just going there and speaking. So really thankful to you for taking your time, and it was a wonderful session. Look forward to many more sessions from you. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bala, for being here till the end. I appreciate.
Thank you, Bala. We would also, Gururaj has just joined in. Gururaj, first of all, are you a Toastmaster or a guest? Okay, I'm not sure if he's able to speak, but Manvi has been there since the beginning. So, Manvi, would you like to share something?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jatin, and a very huge thank you to distinguished Toastmaster Ayan. I have heard your sessions on impromptu speaking a number of times, and I'll be very frank, I never get fed up of attending these sessions because there's something new in your session every single time. I remember your topic when you gave the will topic.
Yeah.
But then today you added a twist in the other topic, and that was interesting. And I, to be very frank, am always nervous whenever he calls upon with a sarcastic smile to take a topic. But no doubt, the knowledge you share, the tips and tricks you share are obviously helpful for every single person who's there in the room. And thank you so much, Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, for conducting this beautiful session. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, Manvi, for attending, and all the best in your own pursuits of impromptu speaking.
Hi, Gururaj here. I joined at the last. I got an invite from my friend. So I know I joined but late, but I can see Ian's modulation, the way he presented the speech. it is pushing me to learn those skills. And the way he's playing with the word is excellent. The word modulation is very good. I personally liked it. It was pushing me like I should adopt these kind of inputs in my speech. It's like it's easy to digest for others. That's how your speech is. They'll not get
Thank you so
confused
much.
into how to understand. It's all when we are speaking. It's like how to serve our speeches to the end audience or the other end of the user. But I found it yours is clear. Means end user will not get into any issues, but it is easily served to them. That kind of speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you for those kind words of feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Raji. So you are you a Toastmaster or not?
No, I just joined. So now it is pushing me to think on becoming the Toastmaster, join the club.
So you're more than welcome to join our meetings, which happen every Sunday at 4 p.m. I'll share the link to our social media channels. You can join our WhatsApp group, and we have also the Zoom link there. So you'll get to know about future updates. Like our next meeting will be on 25th of February. We have Dr. Arvindo and Arunji who's already spoken. So I'll sort of quickly check with PS, who's also joined a bit late but has been there. PS, do you have anything to say?
I would just say that the workshop was remarkable, and the thing which I really liked was that how your delivery is very smooth, irrespective of, like, every time you get thrown with the new topic, you don't have time to think about it, but still your delivery is very fabulous and smooth, and it's not like there are so many pauses, you're a little confused. No, you turn it around the way you know it and you deliver it. So that is something which I thought was really remarkable.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
I think Aurobindo was trying to speak something.
Yes.
Yes, it's a very good, nice session, and what you told that it's a consistent journey. So Tendulkar every day is end of that. So it's very impacting things. So yeah, I will be join Toastmasters for consistent my improving my speech. Yes, you are very coolly and calmly explaining. It's a very nice explain, and I have so much glad to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you as a Toastmaster soon. Thank you. And you, Guru Raja, as well. It'll be great to have all of you join this wonderful organization. But yeah, over to you, Jatin.
Yeah. And if you are willing to join the Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, we are here to, like we said, we are your friendly neighborhood Toastmasters. So if you want to join the fun at TMCL, you're more than welcome to reach out to any of us and share your number or join our WhatsApp group and message in there, and we'll reach out to you to process your membership. With that being said, though we've already expressed our gratitude, we have a small token of appreciation, nothing much, but a quick certificate that we would like to share with you, which you would have already attained a lot, many of them, but this is one from TMCL that, again, you not the first one, but definitely first one that I have the privilege of sharing with you.
How sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. It's always wonderful to receive any sign of gratitude, irrespective of whether it's physical or digital, and this is no exception. So thank you for this wonderfully designed certificate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With this, if Smitaji, do you have any things to add? You being the whole soul sort of person who has made this session possible from the back end.
Thank you so much, Master Jatin, for saying so. But to all my friends, guests who are present here, if there is a fan list of distinguished Toastmaster Ayanda, believe me, I'm one of the top ones. So when it comes to hearing him speak, and when it comes to me being a Toastmaster for the last 2.5 years, one of the few people whom I look up to when I think of impromptu speaking or speaking as such, or the art of public speaking or expressing yourself, the way he said, that hunger to succeed and the hunger to express himself expressively, and then ultimately, no wonder where you are, you end up impressing people. That is the kind of thing I've seen in him, and I've always loved to have more people witness it. The reason people come to Toastmasters is to learn, to see, to hear public speaking, or to see those people who excel in this world. And that is the reason you were the first one who came to my mind, distinguished Toastmaster Ayan Pal, and we lovingly love to call Ayanda. When it comes to something like this, why not hear from the master himself? And that is why there's so many youngsters in our club, people who are rearing to be, who would love to be. And every time they join Toastmasters Club, the primary reason everybody has to improve their public speaking skills, to improve their communication skills. And they don't get to do that by just being and interacting with people in the club. They get motivated to do more with themselves when they see an epitome, and when they see somebody at the helm, when they see somebody uh, playing with words. You are actually playing with words through and through, every minute of it, and playing so beautifully, just like bouncing a ball. It is just playing with a shuttle, it's like it was wonderful. It was so wonderful seeing you do that. And I wish to record it. I had my son sit here, who's here from his hostel. I told him, this is one session you cannot afford to miss. You have to be here. And he was so shy. Uh, just keeping it very short, everybody goes through a time when they were not confident. My first inter-college meet, I participated in a debate competition. I stood in front of an audience of about 300-400 people. I went on stage and I went blank. I
Happens.
was representing my college and I went blank. And that did not happen once, it happened twice. And the shame of it made me not do it for quite a while. But then again, that hunger to succeed and the hunger to face, because I love the stage. And now I've been anchoring on stage for over 25 years. And I handle live audiences. And now I've handled an audience of 300 plus people also, and I do it comfortably. But I think I could do it more now, because I've seen the downs of how it was. And my teacher told me, for you to feel that you're prepared enough is never enough. You should prepare more than enough. And this is what I see you doing, even till now, DJ Mayan. It's wonderful. So thank you so much for agreeing to come here. And believe me, he just, before I could say, he said, Smita, you want me to come to your club? Okay, done. This Sunday, done. Wasn't it so easy? I said, yes, it was.
Oh God.
Thank you so much, Ayanda. Believe me, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. And I think I've been on a spree of table topics workshop. I did one last Sunday. I did one yesterday. Yesterday, while I was speaking, my daughter came here and started interacting with the guests, and I'm doing it today. But as I said, the best way to learn is to teach. And
Yeah.
that's how you will maximize your reach. And when it comes to obstacles, you will manage to breach them as well. So stay well, do well, keep speaking, keep impressing, keep expressing, and may you not stop, irrespective of the topic that is hurled at you. All the best. Thank you and take care. All the best, Jatin and members of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. Thank you.
With that
Thank
note,
you.
say no more. End the meeting. I'll end the recording. We are here